Is the Philippines really a retirement paradise? That is a question many people ask before making the move. And honestly, it is a fair question. Because when people talk about retiring in the Philippines, they often use words like affordable, peaceful, beautiful, and welcoming. And in many ways, those things can be true. But paradise is a strong word, and retirement is a serious decision. So in this video, I want to look at the Philippines honestly and ask whether it really deserves that title. The first thing to understand is that the Philippines has a lot of things retirees are looking for. Warm weather, lower living costs, friendly people, a slower pace of life, and for many, the chance to stretch retirement money farther than it would go back home. That alone makes the country very attractive. For some retirees, the Philippines feels like a fresh start, a place where they can finally relax, a place where life feels lighter, a place where they can enjoy their later years without so much pressure. That is a powerful feeling. But is that enough to call it a paradise? Not always, because paradise is not just about beauty. It is also about how life actually works every day. And that is where the answer becomes more complicated. Yes, the Philippines can be beautiful. The beaches, islands, sunsets, and tropical scenery can be breathtaking. There are many places that feel peaceful and refreshing. That natural beauty is one of the biggest reasons people fall in love with the country. But beauty alone does not make a perfect retirement. You also have to consider housing, healthcare, transportation, safety, convenience, and daily life. That is where retirees need to be realistic. Some areas are comfortable and easy to live in. Others can be frustrating if you are not prepared. The quality of your retirement depends a lot on where you choose to live. A retirement experience in a busy city can feel very different from one in a quiet coastal area or a provincial town. Location changes everything. Another important factor is cost of living. The Philippines can be affordable, but it is not automatically cheap in every situation. If you live simply, the country may offer a very manageable lifestyle. But if you want imported products, modern convenience, private transport, and a more Western way of living, costs can rise. That is why some retirees feel happy on a modest budget while others feel surprised by how fast money goes. So when people say the Philippines is a retirement paradise, they're often talking about the right setup, the right place, the right budget, the right expectations. Without those things, paradise can become more complicated. Healthcare is another major part of the conversation. Many retirees move abroad hoping to save money and enjoy a better lifestyle, but health planning matters a lot. Retirement is not just about feeling good today. It is about preparing for the future. Access to medical care, the cost of treatment, and the quality of services all need to be considered carefully. For some retirees, the healthcare system is manageable. For others, it becomes a major concern. That is one reason why the retirement dream should always be looked at with open eyes. There is also the emotional side of retirement. For some people, moving to the Philippines gives them a sense of freedom they have not felt in years. They enjoy the slower pace. They enjoy being able to live with less stress. They enjoy the feeling of starting over in a new place. That emotional relief can be deeply meaningful, but not everyone adjusts the same way. Some people struggle with culture shock. Some miss home more than they expected. Some feel lonely before they feel settled. So even if the Philippines looks like paradise from the outside, the inner experience can be very different. That is why the truth depends on the person. For the right retiree, the Philippines can absolutely feel like paradise. It can offer warmth, comfort, affordability, and a sense of peace that is hard to find elsewhere. But for someone who expects perfection, it may be disappointing, because the Philippines is not perfect. It is beautiful. It is welcoming. It is rewarding. But it also has challenges, trade-offs, and daily realities that cannot be ignored. So, is the Philippines really a retirement paradise? The honest answer is this. For some people, yes. For others, not exactly. It is not a fantasy land. It is a real country with real opportunities and real challenges. And the people who do best here are usually the ones who come with realistic expectations, flexibility, and an open mind. That is when the Philippines can feel closest to paradise. Not because it is perfect, but because it gives the right person the kind of life they were searching for. If you are considering retirement here, that is the question to ask. Not just, is it beautiful? But, does it fit the life I actually want to live? That is the real test. And that is the real truth behind retirement in the Philippines. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Philippine Reality Check for more honest stories about retirement, expat life, and the reality behind living in the Philippines.